What's up, guys? Hope you all had a great New Year's and holiday. I actually got a request from someone to show off my platinum collection and just show you guys what I've got so far. And I thought it'd be quite a cool thing to do one at the start of the year and then maybe one at the end of the year just to see what I've done basically throughout the years. Yeah, I thought I'd just go through everything and yeah, we'll just go through the trophies that the plats I've enjoyed and the things I've not enjoyed really, and what I've learned and what I've not learned. So the first platinum I've got, the first game that really got me into the platinum grind was Spider-Man, Marvel Spider-Man on the PS4. Basically, I used to love Spider-Man. I used to love it on the PS2. It just used to swing around the cities playing those pizza delivery missions back when I was a kid. I did the same thing here. I just loved the game. I played it twice, and then I got a little bit bored, and I was thinking to myself, "Oh, what can I do just to do something?" Basically, because I was enjoying it. And I saw the trophies, and I was like, "Oh, you know what? It'd be quite cool just to do all the trophies." So I managed to do all the trophies, pop the plat. I was like, "All right, this is pretty nice," but I wasn't really like thinking that much into the platinum grind. But it was like my first platinum, and it like sort of got me into the door. And then my wife decided to go and get me the Telltale series for Batman and The Walking Dead. And I played those two, and obviously for those games, all you have to do is just finish the game. And then, yeah, both plats popped for me, and I was like, all right, this is quite cool. Then I thought to myself, you know what? Why don't we just start trying to grind some trophies and, plats basically for different games. So I got the new God of War on the PS4 when it released. Unbelievable game. I think most people have played it. Most people have probably played it. Fantastic game. I highly recommend playing it. Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I'm a big FIFA and Call of Duty fan. I play it every single year. This Call of Duty was actually pretty sick. The single player campaign was actually really, really good. It's probably one of the best campaigns I've played in all the Call of Duty histories. It's a lot of fun, so I highly recommend it. And yeah, it was a great game. Sleeping Dogs. It is the GTA 5 knockoff, basically, I would call it. It's really, really good, by the way. So if you love GTA 5 and you want an Asian version with like Kung Fu and stuff like that, it's actually really, really good. So if you're looking for something with open world that's like GTA, I highly recommend Sleeping Dogs. Assassin's Creed, these games, I wanted to plat the series. I made a commitment after Sleeping Dogs. I was like, okay, I want to plat a series. And I was like, okay, I enjoy the Assassin's Creed series. Not so much the newest ones, but the old ones I quite enjoy. So I started to plat the Assassin's Creed, and you'll see some of the games as I go through the list. So the first three were unbelievable. So I platted the first two, and then I took a little break. Ghost of Tsushima, one of my favorite games of all time. Great game. I played it with the PS4. I platted it. I actually haven't done the DLCs yet. I want to get the. Well, I think if I play it on the PS5, it'll probably auto pop the plat. But I want to play these, but I'm probably gonna do it on the PS5 rather than the PS4. But yeah, absolutely fantastic game. So I highly recommend Ghost of Tsushima. Mafia Definitive Edition. This is another great game. Highly recommend it. Fantastic story. The plat was actually really easy to get. The only trophy that gave me problems in this was the flipping racing track, and I can't remember the name of it. It was so difficult, but once you get the trophy, yeah, everything else is pretty easy. So this was it, supercharged to win that flipping race. It took me a couple hours to finish it, but once you finally finish it, yeah, it's a really, really great game. Asterisk Playroom was like the first trophy I got on the PS5. I think it's the first trophy that nearly every single plat person who grinds platinum probably get on the PS5. It's a fantastic game and gets you into the PS5, so a great game. Spider-Man, nothing to say here. Amazing game. I love the Spider-Man series, so this was a go. I had to do it. Valhalla, I'm going to mention this because I'm working on this game. I'm going to start playing it again very soon because these two, Cyberpunk and Valhalla, I got at the same time. It was just so much grinding, but I'm going to plat Valhalla, and Cyberpunk you'll see on the top. I actually platted it, but I got it on the PS5, so this PS4 version is going to be just left dead, basically, but oh well, it is what it is. Maneater is just a small game, really enjoyable game as well. A really short plat, but it's actually a lot of fun. So if you want a short plat, which is quite a lot of fun, Maneater is a really good game. Infamous Second Son, I love the Infamous games. I wish they'd remaster the first two, but I might go back and play on the PS3. But yeah, Second Son's a great game. Uncharted Drake's Fortune. Yeah, I actually platted. I'm going to platinum all the Uncharted games. I think I platted the first three. I've still got number 4 to go, and then Lost Legacy. So the Uncharted series is great. The Uncharted 2 was the first game I got on the PS3 when it first came out, and yeah, it was my favorite Uncharted game. It was so good. And Control, another PS5 game, great game. Not my favorite, but still a good game to experience. Just something a little bit different, but still a good game to get the plan really, really easy as well. Battlefield 1 is just another shooter that I wanted to play, and I had nearly all the multiplayer trophies, so all I had to do was go through the actual campaign. I don't have any DLCs, but yeah, the campaign's just a good shooter, just as something to pass the time, basically. Lord of the Rings, Shadow of War. I love Lord of the Rings, so playing the Lord of the Rings game, Shadow of War, and I think the other one was Shadow of Mordor. Really, really good games. Really easy to plat as well. So highly recommend those games. Madden, exactly the same as FIFA. Me and my friends play it. So yeah, they're really easy games to get. They're not that difficult whatsoever. They're actually really, really like ultra rare on the PSN profiles, but I don't know why. They're really easy to plat. They're really, really easy. But because we play them, nearly all the trophies I got naturally anyway, so it's all right. Saints Row, another game, basically another version of GTA, just a more funny version. Great game. The plat was a bit of a grind, but apart from that, it was a good game. And Assassin's Creed, a game, like I said, I was planning the series, so these games are great. I love the third one of my favorite ones. I'm not a big fan of Liberation. This is the remastered version from the PS Vita, but it's all right. It's not the best, but it's okay. It was all right. Number 3 though, highly recommend it. Mafia 2, after I finished Mafia 1, I wanted to go play Mafia 2 and 3. Mafia 3 I will never touch because it's just basically impossible to plat. But Mafia 3, or Mafia 2, sorry, it's a great game. The only thing that's pretty tedious in this entire game is to find all the wanted posters called Card Shop all over the map. I think there's like 200, so it's ridiculous. But apart from that, everything else is pretty simple in the game. But yeah, finding all the wanted posters is a disaster. The Playboy magazines wasn't too bad, but the wanted posters were disgusting. Red Dead Redemption 2, my favorite game, or one of my favorite games of all time. I know this is a grind. I know many people want to get this game, but they're scared of the grind. It is a massive grind. It is, but it's so much fun. I love this game. It's one of my favorite games of all time. The story in this game is unbelievable. I would say the hardest part of this entire game is just the multiplayer trophies. To get the multiplayer trophies out of the way. So if you want to get this game, go just do the multiplayer trophies. Reach level 50s. It takes a while, but once you get it, I think everything else is pretty simple. The only thing about the story mode is you have to do basically everything. There's some missable trophies, and trying to collect every single animal in the game is flipping. It's a grind, but for me it was worth it just because it was one of my favorite games, and I think this game's getting remastered. And once it gets remastered, I'm getting it and doing it all over again because it was so good. FIFA, a game, just games that I play with friends, so pretty easy to plat, nothing too difficult. Call of Duty, exactly the same thing here. I will say though, I mean, out of all the Call of Duty games that I played so far and played, World War II is probably the hardest. The single player wasn't that difficult because it's just a campaign, you just play on the hardest difficulty. But doing all the zombie related trophies, they were a pain. Doing all the zombie related trophies, if I didn't have friends, I would have never played this game. My friends play the zombies mode, so it wasn't too bad. They actually carried me through it. But yeah, multiplayer was fine, campaign was fine, but actually doing the zombie related stuff, it's so difficult. I don't even know how I survived to wave 20 on the prologue, because you have to do that by yourself. It's really difficult. But apart from that, good game. I will never touch the DLCs because most of these DLCs are just I think all of them are actually zombies. So yeah, I will never touch it, but pretty happy I got that platinum. Far Cry 5. This is the game that actually made me think about one thing for going for platinums. I will never play a game after Far Cry 5 that I don't enjoy. I wasted my time playing Far Cry 5. I did not enjoy it. You know, when you play things on the PS5 and then you go back to the PS4 and you're playing a game which is quite janky, it's 30 FPS. I don't know, I just wasn't used to it, and I just did not enjoy Far Cry 5. And I just grinded my way through it, and I got through it, finished it, but it was so bad. I didn't enjoy it. I know some people like this game, but I just didn't enjoy it whatsoever. Yeah, and I realized after that game, I was like, what's the point of wasting like 20, 30 hours of my life playing this game, or any game basically, for what reason? You get nothing out of it. So after that game, I decided if I'm going to play any other game and I don't enjoy it, I just won't play it whatsoever. Assassin's Creed Unity, part of the Assassin's Creed series, one of the best Assassin's Creed games. I know this game gets a lot of hate because when it first came out, it was so many bugs and it had so many problems. But if you play it now, it's a great game. It's a fantastic game set in Paris. It's just a great vibrant city. So highly recommend that game. Madden, FIFA, all these two, you know, like I said, play with friends, so pretty easy to pop. FIFA 19 is actually my rarest plat on PSN profiles. I think it's like 1%. I think World War II is the second one, was like 1 point something, but FIFA 19 for some reason is the first rarest plat I've got. It's like a 1%. Like I said, I have no idea why it's so rare. I think all these trophies naturally pop. The only ones I had to do myself was just play the single player campaign. But apart from that, everything else was pretty easy. I didn't play these FIFAs because these FIFAs have Volta. I do not want to play Volta, and I think so you need like a couple, like 20, 30 hours or 40 hours of Volta, and I'm not doing that. I point blank refuse. So these games will not be getting played, but they're still there. UFC 4. This I need to go back and play. I'm a big MMA fan, and I think the only 2 trophies I got are the online ones. I've not played online on this one. I should just go back and finish it. I don't know how difficult they are, but I think these ones are just basically to win 5 or 4 fights in a row. So it might be a little bit difficult, but I'm a big MMA fan, so I probably should go and do that, especially with UFC 5 as well, which is out right now. Need for Speed Rivals. Good, just fun game just to pass the time. Star Wars, I think a lot of people know this game. Really good fun. I accidentally auto-popped this. I enjoyed it so much on the PS4. I jumped on the PS5. I was praying that wouldn't auto-pop, but everything auto-popped. But I wanted to play a game on the PS5, so I enjoyed it again. It was really, really good, so highly recommend that game. Batman, I think the Arkham series are one of the best superhero games out there right now. I've platted every single one apart from City, which I will end up going back to soon eventually, but that's going to require some time. But yeah, great game, a great series. Until Dawn and Detroit Become Human. These two are just single-player games, but they're really, really good. Until Dawn's more of a horror game. Detroit Become Human is more of like an action-adventure game. Both really good. Both highly recommended. Yeah, I love both of them. Great fun. Far Cry 6, so much better than Far Cry 5. I played it. My wife, got it for me. Yeah, and it was really, really good compared to Far Cry 5. So I actually enjoyed it and actually played it. But yeah, Far Cry 5, I will never, like I said, after that game, I will never touch another game that I don't enjoy. Yeah, I wanted to, with Watch Dogs, I want to plat the Watch Dogs series. So I've done Watch Dogs 1 and I've done Legion. I just need to do Watch Dogs 2. I'll go back to that eventually and get it. Lord of the Rings, Shadow of Mordor. Like I said, I enjoy Lord of the Rings, so I platted that one. GTA 5, another game that requires a massive grind. The online version of it is what takes up most people's time. The single player isn't too bad. It's just basically do everything on the map, and obtain 100% game completion, etc. So it takes a while. But the hardest thing about the online is obviously getting to level 100. But if you just play it and you just have fun with your friends, then it's an easy plat to get. I think there is a workaround as well. We can just go AFK on a certain map and you can get it after a couple of days. But yeah, if you're just playing naturally, you're gonna get this anyway. But yeah, it is a massive grind. It's just like Red Dead. But if you enjoy it, I think most people will just get this plat. Sifu, a very, very underrated game. Highly recommend getting this game on the PS5. It's so good. And I think there's a DLC. I didn't realize there was a DLC out for this. I'm probably going to go back and do this because it was so good. So I might actually go back and do those DLCs. South Park, one of the funniest games I've ever played. Yeah, if you like racial jokes, if you like jokes around people's religions, race, or whatever it is, it's unbelievable. It's so funny to play. But the only thing about this game, and if you're going to go for the plat, is there is a lot of you're joined the KKK. If there's one thing to know about this this trophy list, is there's a lot of missables. So just make sure you follow a guide for it. But yeah, again, it's an unbelievable funny game, so I highly recommend it. The Batman and Assassin's Creed series, like I said, great games. I highly recommend playing those. Marvel Avengers, I know this was a grindy trophy, and I know this got a lot of hate, and it should, because the game could have been so much more. It literally could have been a version of Spider-Man, but with the Avengers, but they decided to make it a money scheme. But I enjoy the Marvel franchise, so I wanted to play it, and I did enjoy it. The only thing which was difficult was doing all those grindy. I can't remember the names of them. I don't even remember what they were supposed to do, but there was like some grindy things where you have to grind certain like levels over and over again. So I can't remember the names of them. But yeah, apart from the grind and apart from finishing all those things, they're called hives. That was it, grinding all those hives. Yeah, apart from doing that, the game was good. The game started out really well. It started like a proper story, but yeah, that was a grind. But again, I enjoyed the Avengers series so much, so this was fine for me. Stray, just a nice, cute, cozy game. I played this with my wife. She enjoyed it, so this was good. Black Ops 3, just one thing. I will go back and finish this. I know this is a quite rare plat, and I know there's some bugs in it, but I might go back and finish this. This is on the backlog. I got Monopoly Plus 100%. I think I was playing with some friends. We played it over a summer. Actually, we enjoyed it, but I got 100 plus on it. But there's no plat for this game. But it was still a good game. Not much to say about Tom Clancy, not Tony Hawk's. Tom Clancy. This was just a game to pass the time. God of War. Like I said, I enjoyed the first game when it first came out. I wanted to play something, so I just grabbed on the PS3 version and played that. So Tony Hawk's, one of my favorite games. I've platinumed. And I'll tell you why. I actually did this with a friend. We had some time to kill during the summer, just before the new FIFA or Call of Duty came out. And we were like, we should play a game together and plan it. And I was like, all right, why don't we do Tony Hawk's? He was like, all right. And he was really good at Tony Hawk's. I'm okay at Tony Hawk's, not the best. But I was like, well, we should do something together. So we actually played it together and we finished it. And I remember he was actually having a baby. And one day, the baby came out and what was he doing? He went straight back home and played Tony Hawk's with me and finished off the plat grind with me. So it was actually a really, really cool platinum to get. It's one of the funnest plats I've got, and I actually popped it again on the PS5 because I was praying. We were like, oh, we should try and do it again on the PS5. I was like, all right. And I read somewhere online that it might not auto pop every trophy, but unfortunately it auto popped everything. But still, a great fun plat. It's one of my favorites, and a great story to tell people. Burnout Paradise. Just a game from my old when I was a kid, so I just wanted to play it and finish it, so that was good. Another Madden game. Dying Light 2, I love Dying Light 1. I actually haven't platinum the first one, but I played Dying Light 1 on the PC when it first ever came out, and I loved it. But I never played it on the PlayStation, so I'm going to get it again on the PlayStation and plat it. But Dying Light 2 was good. The only trophy in this entire thing, which is a disaster, and I don't know why on earth anyone would include this in the trophy list, was I think it was run 30 kilometers. There you go, this one. No, travel at least 960 kilometers in this game. What a stupid trophy. An absolute stupid trophy, because by the time you finish every other trophy in this game, I don't think you're even halfway there. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. I don't know why this was in, but whatever. It was done. But apart from that trophy, everything else is pretty good. It's not as good as the first one, but still a good game. FIFA and Assassin's Creed are not a part of the series, so they were really easy to finish. Destroy All Humans. I got this as a collector edition. I got the big box, so I just wanted to play the game. It was quite fun, short game. Hogwarts Legacy. I'm a massive Harry Potter fan. I've been waiting like literally 10 years for a Harry Potter RPG game to come out, and it finally came out. I fell in love with it. Such a good game. I know there's a grind in this game for a lot of the trophies like the Merlin Trials, etc. But if you're a Harry Potter fan, you've never played it, highly recommend playing this game. And I cannot wait if they ever remaster the first 7 games or 6 games or whatever. I'd love to go back and play them. I actually might just get. Hopefully, I'm praying that PlayStation release like an emulator so you can play the PS3 games on the PS5, because I'll go back and play all those Harry Potter games. The Witcher. Unbelievable RPG, one of the best RPGs I've ever played. I should go back and do the DLCs. I know I played a little bit, but yeah, unbelievable game. It takes a bit of a grind. There are some missable trophies, so you have to follow a little bit of a guide so you don't miss them, but a great RPG. Yeah, unbelievable game. Cold War, not the hardest Call of Duty. Like I said, World War II is the hardest Call of Duty, but Cold War was pretty difficult. The only difficult thing about it was not the single player was easy. The multiplayer was easy apart from one thing. It's called Firestrike. You have to play a game on Firestrike. And the problem with playing on Firestrike now is the fact that this is it. Get Terp Squad Wide Mel's and Fire Team, sorry. The only problem is there's no one plays it right now. So you have to go on at like 3 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday when people are playing it, because I think this is when people are boosting. I didn't get to boost this trophy. I just jumped into a random game. Luckily, I'm okay at Call of Duty, so I just smashed the other team. But yeah, you have to boost this trophy nowadays because there's no one playing. So that's the most difficult part of this entire trophy list. The zombies is pretty difficult, but if you've got friends, it's not much of a problem. But yeah, that fire team thing, just be careful of it if you go for it. Star Wars, like I said, I like Star Wars, so I wanted to platinum something else for Star Wars, and I went for Battlefront 2. Good fun game to play. A bit grindy, but just good fun overall game. Dead Island, I want to speak one thing about this game. I should have platinumed this game. I was going for the plat. There was one stupid trophy that bugged out on me, and I refused to play the game again. And it was, where was it? Explore the entire, there and back again. I had 74 out of 75. There's 75 places I think you have to explore in this entire game. I could not find the last place. I looked. I spent hours and hours and hours, and I could not find it. I don't know if it's bugged, if it's broken or not. But I am not restarting this game. I'm not playing through it again. It's just a disaster, so I've decided to leave this, so that sucks. Crash Bandicoot, I will play and plat. It's just in the backlog right now. But yeah, I will plat them in that game. I know it's difficult, but I quite enjoy those games, so I will finish that. Horizon, a great game on the PS4. I'm going to play the new one as well eventually, but very good. Watch Dogs, part of that Watch Dogs series. I'm gonna play Watch Dogs 2. Like I said, Legion's alright, but I think Watch Dogs 1 was probably a little bit better. Spiderman 2, the new one that came out on PS5. Like I said, massive Spiderman fan. Love this game. Took me like 2 days to plat this game. Absolutely amazing. I cannot wait for the DLC. So great game. One of the Assassin's Creed games. Like I said, not a massive fan of the newest RPGs, but it was okay. I still enjoyed it, so I finished that. BioShock, I did a video on this. Great game. Crazy ending. Took me a while to understand it, but I've platinumed it. Modern Warfare 2. The reason this plat is right here because I'm playing the newest version. How stupid is this? I think most of you will know this. If you don't, they released the Modern Warfare 3, but then for some stupid reason, the developers decided, you know what, we're not going to make it a separate plat list. We're just going to make it a DLC. So there is no platinum for the newest one. It's so stupid. I don't know why they've done that. So I was like, I ain't gonna really play the campaign. I've heard the campaign isn't great at all whatsoever, so I was like, there's no point going through it. The second one, the actual campaign was actually really good, but yeah, this one I've heard is really bad, and also there's no plat, so I was like, I'm probably not gonna end up playing it. But yeah, how stupid can devs be? I don't know. There you go. Cyberpunk, I just finished it recently. Really, really good game. I'm gonna release a video on it soon. I had a lot of fun with this game. So much better now that 2 years after its launch. When it first launched, it was a pile of crap. But yeah, 2 years after its launch, 2.0, so good. Everything's worked out, no more bugs. I've had a little bit of crashes here and there, but yeah, I'll release the video and talk about it more. But great game. Is it as good as The Witcher? It's like a different genre, I guess. But yeah, The Witcher's 100% better, but it's still a good fun game. And then What Remains of Edith Finch. I'm playing this right now. It's a small, short platinum game, but actually a lot of fun. Quite sad, but I'll probably release a video on this as well because it was actually really, really good. I didn't really know about this until I played it. A friend recommended it. I wanted something small to play after Cyberpunk because it took me so long to plat Cyberpunk. But yeah, I wanted something small, and he recommended this, and it was really good. So yeah, that's my list. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know some of you might say it's not the greatest list. Some of you might say it's okay. For me, overall, it's an okay list. You know, there's some very rare ultra rares in there, and you know, my completion rates, it's okay on PSN profiles. But you know, I just play the games I enjoy. Like I said, after Far Cry 5, I'm never playing a game that I don't enjoy ever again. So there's absolutely no point wasting my life on that. But yeah, I like my list. Just in case anyone wants to know, my top 3 favorite plats and the flats I would recommend people get. Number 3 would be The Witcher. I love that game. Like I said, it's a great RPG. There's some missable trophies on there, so just be careful. But overall, a great RPG, and I think everyone should experience it, especially now it's got like a PS5 update patch, so 100% go back and play it. Number 2 would be the Spider-Man games. Any of the Spider-Man games. I would highly recommend this, the one that came out on the PS5 just a couple months ago. Fantastic game. Loved it. And tied for number 1 is going to be Red Dead Redemption. Like I said, one of my favorite games I've ever played. And Hogwarts Legacy. 2 very grindy plats. I know there's a lot of grind in them, and it takes a lot of work, but because I enjoy the series so much, for me, they're my favorite plats to get. So yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys, like I said, had a great New Year's. And yeah, I'll do one more of these videos at the end of the year and see how many plats I've gone up by. So I'll catch you guys in the next video.